She was riding the wave of her life when it happened. Bethany Hamilton had always felt at home in the water. Born and raised in Hawaii, the ocean was in her blood. Her parents were surfers, her brothers were surfers, so naturally Bethany was born to surf. She caught her first wave at just 5 years old. By 8, she was already winning junior competitions. Surfing wasn't just a sport for her, it was her identity. It was October 31st, 2003, a perfect Hawaiian morning. The sun was shining, the water was calm, and the waves were calling her name. Bethany paddled out with her best friend, Alana Blanchard, and Alana's father and brother. The ocean was alive, the breeze was perfect, and Bethany was completely at peace. She lay flat on her board, her left arm dangling lazily in the water as she waited for the next wave. That's when it happened. Out of nowhere, the water beneath her exploded. A crushing force pulled her down. Pain shot through her body, sharp, blinding pain. She thrashed and kicked, but the force was too strong. She turned her head and saw it. A massive 14-foot tiger shark, its jaws locked onto her left arm. Bethany screamed, but the sound was lost in the crash of the waves. The shark thrashed, pulling her under. Bethany fought, trying to break free, but in an instant, it was over. Her arm was gone. Blood filled the water. Alana's father pulled Bethany onto his board, trying to stop the bleeding. The ocean was turning red beneath them. Bethany's head was spinning. She was losing too much blood. She barely remembers the ride back to shore. The last thing she remembers is the sound of Alana screaming her name. She blacked out. In the ambulance, her heart stopped. Twice. The paramedics fought to save her. Her body had lost over 60% of its blood. But somehow, her heart started beating again. The doctors saved her life. But when Bethany woke up in the hospital, her arm was gone. Her dream of becoming a professional surfer, gone. Bethany lay in her hospital bed, staring at the ceiling. She couldn't understand why this had happened to her. Surfing was her life, and now it was over. She couldn't even sit up straight, let alone balance on a surfboard. She was just 13 years old, and her dream had been ripped away from her, literally. She didn't leave her room for days. She didn't speak to anyone. When the press showed up to cover her story, she refused to give interviews. She hated the way people looked at her, with pity in their eyes. She hated feeling weak. She hated the thought that maybe they were right. Maybe she would never surf again. Her father sat beside her one evening as the sun set outside her hospital window. He didn't say much at first. He just sat there. Then, quietly, he said, "Bethany, you survived for a reason." Bethany shook her head. "Number, I'm not strong enough for this." Her father leaned in closer. "Yes, you are. You didn't survive a shark attack to give up now." Those words echoed in her mind that night. She thought about everything she had already survived. The shark didn't kill her. The blood loss didn't kill her. The pain didn't kill her. So why was she acting like it had? The next morning, Bethany made a decision. She was going to surf again. It wasn't easy. Her father customized a surfboard for her, shorter, lighter, with a handle to help her balance with one arm. She paddled out into the waves, heart pounding, fear gripping her chest. The first wave came, and she fell. The second wave, she fell again. The third, the fourth, the fifth. She kept falling. But Bethany refused to quit. Her muscles burned. Her balance was off. But every time she fell, she got back up. Wave after wave, wipeout after wipeout. Bethany kept going. And then it happened. She caught a wave. Her feet steadied on the board. The wind rushed through her hair. The wave lifted her, carried her. And this time, she rode it all the way to shore. Tears rolled down her face. She had done it. Bethany didn't stop there. Less than a year after losing her arm, she entered her first professional surfing competition and won. She started competing all over the world, dominating the waves like nothing had ever happened. But it wasn't just about winning anymore. People started coming to her events just to see her. Young girls with missing limbs, veterans with injuries, cancer survivors, people who had lost everything and were looking for hope. Bethany became more than a surfer. She became a symbol of resilience. In 2004, she won the ESP Award for Best Comeback Athlete. In 2005, she wrote a book called Soul Surfer. In 2011, her story was turned into a Hollywood movie, also called Soul Surfer. In 2016, Bethany competed in the World Surf League Championship and made it to the semifinals. She became a motivational speaker, traveling the world to tell her story. She partnered with brands like Nike, Rip Curl, and Skull Candy. Her clothing line and endorsement deals made her one of the highest-paid female athletes in the world. Today, Bethany is a mother, an entrepreneur, and a world-class surfer. She continues to compete and inspire millions of people around the world. But Bethany will tell you that none of it would have happened if she had given up that day in the hospital. The shark took my arm, but it didn't take my heart. Bethany Hamilton's story isn't just about surfing. It's about courage, resilience, and the power of never giving up. You're going to face setbacks. Life will hit you hard. You will lose things. But how you respond, that's what defines you. Bethany could have let fear win. She could have walked away from surfing forever. But she chose to fight. She chose to rise. She chose to believe in herself, even when no one else did. "I don't need easy," Bethany once said. "I just need possible." If Bethany Hamilton can ride the waves after losing her arm to a shark, what's stopping you from chasing your dreams? Like this video if Bethany's story inspired you. Comment "Never give up" if you're ready to face your fears. Subscribe for more incredible comeback stories. Bethany didn't just survive, she came back stronger, and so can you.